Here we are.
Here we are at
All right,
CBG's.
Jackie.
Yes?
Yes, we're on the stage of CBG's.
We are on the stage of CBG's.
That famous punk club.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first TV interview that you guys have done. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. That's the
Well, I'm
first
pretty
time.
flattered that it's here with me. Because
Well,
I'm new at
We
this too, you know.
requested it.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice the way the timing all worked out for us.
We said the only way we're going to do it is if you get Kennedy. And if you can't get Kennedy, we'll take
Take that
Jackie.
Jackie chick. She's not half bad. I know you guys have a big fear of like being too exposed. You know, does the whole press thing scare you?
Well, I just think they kind of tend to hype things, so we're just kind of trying to stay away from all that stuff.
I mean, is it pretty important to you to keep your private life separate?
Yeah.
It's just, you know, that's what I'm trying. I'm fighting a similar battle here.
You are?
Sure.
Why? Who's after you?
You know, role models. We got. What do you think? Who do you think makes a better role model? Like a rock star?
Are there a bunch of Jackie D's now?
Well, I mean, there has always been, but now
Jackie
probably more than
wannabes?
ever. Yeah.
Playboys knocking on your door and all that stuff?
All that stuff, you know. Do you have any interest in being a role model for the youth of today?
No.
No?
None whatsoever.
No whatsoever? All right, if you saw a kid sporting the braids, would you be like, dude, get your own style, or would you be a little flattered?
Get alive. I don't know. I don't think it's because of me if some kid has it.
But I mean, kids do that. Come on, kids see you in the videos. They say, hey, that guy, I bet the ladies like him. You know, I want to be like him. What's he got that I don't got?
No one's ever told me that.
What about you? That fancy four-string, that guy up there, he knows what he's doing. I want him.
Fancy what?
No, just like the really bad word for bass player, the fancy four-string.
Never heard that before.
You never heard that? Oh, I just remade it. Anyway.
No, you can tell your story. Go ahead.
No, my story was pretty boring. What do you...
We're not the kind of band people look up to, if you know what I mean.
How'd you come up with the nickname Noodles?
Actually, our producer Tom Wilson came up with it, and it's just because I was always noodling on guitar, and he had to clean up the tapes. It's just a really annoying kind of thing, and so he was always yelling at me. But
you like it? Noodles, you like to go by Noodles?
Yeah, sure.
Ron, any nicknames for you that you like to go by? No, you sure? Okay. Didn't you have sort of an interesting story for getting in the band? Weren't you like filling in?
Well, kinda, yeah.
Didn't like their drummer played like once in the first 10 months because he was too busy, and
yeah,
by default
he was more into being a doctor.
Yeah, and he was in a fraternity, and he did a lot of things with his frat, and he wanted us to work the band around his frat, crap, and it just wasn't working. He wanted
Just
us to
play frat
some,
parties.
Yeah, we had a show set up, and he wanted us to go play some garlic festival or something. I don't think that had to do with his frat. That just had to do with him being weird. He was a weird guy. Weird guy. He's a gynecologist. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's watching.
So that was the drummer before you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we loved him. He's a great guy. Wasn't the best drummer in the world, but.
Neither am I.
We were, yeah. We all.
Who's your favorite drummer?
I have a lot. Stephen Perkins, probably.
A lot of people wrongly accuse you guys of being this overnight success, a band that just like Green Day got big, so then you released this album, and I think a lot of people don't realize that you've been doing this a real long time.
The success has been kind of overnight, but I mean, yeah, this month.
The hard work leading up to it was.
Yeah, and see that, and people say that, well, you deserve it. You've been working real hard, but I mean, this has always been what I do for fun. It's never been. I've never viewed it as work. I mean, until lately. See, like. But yeah, I mean, it's been 10 years that I've been in this band this month.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Thanks, yeah.
I know that when Nirvana started out, like not when they started out, but when they released Nevermind, one of their dream goals was like, oh, if we could be as big as the Pixies or as big as Sonic Youth. Like, what were your goals when you recorded Smash?
We were hoping to get as big as Bad Religion.
Right, that's a similar.
That was our goal. We thought, no way, man, no way could we ever sell that much, or could we ever do that good,
Yeah. Was it totally shocking to you to like? I mean, you guys, I think Smash has sold more than any other independent record of all times.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say? So
yeah, it was a real shock. We had no idea. We just thought.
Was it like winning the lottery? Like one day it was just like.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Couldn't
We're
happen
lucky.
to some nicer guys.
We're lucky and we don't deserve it.
Let's not be so hard on ourselves today, all right? What's the most extravagant thing you've done since you sold 1 million records?
I bought this little laser pointer. Trent Reznor from 9 Inch Nails taught me how to buy laser pointers. Let me point it there.
Wow. And how much did that run you?
$20.
That's a good price. So you guys...
It's used, you know.
Yeah. Did you get it hot in New York?
Yes, here, look, I'll show you. Let me see your uvula.
Funny you should mention mine split in half.
Can you get a shot of her uvula in there?
Keep going.
Huh?
Here, kind of
Did you get a shot?
Here, you want me to do it again? I can see
You
it.
look terrified, God. It's not that
No,
scary.
I'm just trying to get a good view here.
Huh?
You actually have a very different looking uvula.
Yeah, all right.
It doesn't hang down like a teardrop. It's kind of deformed.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
What do you think that means?
No, I don't know.
I think it means I'm really punk.
Oh.
Your record is not only such a successful record, but the most successful independent record selling of all time. Does the distinction of that make it any more special?
No.
No?
A little bit.
No, I don't know. I mean, we stayed on the label that we were on because it was, you know, it was like our home, and we were happy with it, and you know, we really liked being on Epitaph and everything, and it's what we wanted to do. But it's not like we were trying to make some kind of statement, like we're the indie diehards of the decade or
Right.
something like that. It just had happened to work out right, and I'm glad we did it that way.
Between Ignition and Smash, did you get all sorts of major label offers, or?
We got no.
Oh, really? So just, but then now you've been much more bombarded.
Every other band was totally hit
Epitaph,
up.
yeah, I got
on the Epitaph was
some
hit up by major
songs.
labels, and no one ever approached us at all.
So yeah, once it hit, and they all came calling. It was like.
Yeah.
And then
So
you
it was
sold
kinda
more than
fun to
any
say,
other
like, yeah.
Epitaph band. So you had the last laugh, you might say.
The last indie laugh. That's right.
What about now? Are you going to stay with Epitaph for your next album?
Well, we're going to see what happens. You know, I'm not really sure. I like being on the label. I'm glad we did it, and I'd like to work something out with them.
As soon as your record started going crazy, did they have to like hire like 3 times as many people to pack up records? Like, how did Epitaph handle all the...
Yeah, I think about
mayhem.
3 times, maybe 4 times or 5 times as many people. There's about 20 people there now. So yeah, there was like 5 or 6 people that worked
So
there.
you walk in and say, hey, you can thank me for your job, or you had friends
No,
or people that work there?
actually, yeah, no, not at all. Actually, I'm real
Pretty humble?
thankful to those people. Those people were working their butts off. We would call at like 11 o'clock at night and get
People
a hold
be
of them.
answering the
Still, you know, packing things off to send and doing different things there. They really did. They worked hard. I'm real proud of them and thankful to them.
Is it still weird, like even now, okay, you know your band, you know your big band now, it's like, it's something that, is it still weird to like walk in and like, let's say you're sitting in an old diner and you see like a jukebox and there's like your single, like with like an old Hank Williams, like, I mean, does that still freak you out? Like,
Yeah,
is it still hard to swallow sometimes?
There's this little bar around the corner from where I live, and they have a jukebox there, and it's bad stuff, just the worst of the glam metal days, and there's our CD right there in the middle of it, yeah.
Was there certain music that you hated just because it became popular?
Yeah, but I'd have to name names in order to do that.
But do you have a fear of that happening to you?
Yeah.
Just writing you guys off because you're popular now?
Well, yeah, and I mean, I got sick of hearing Come Out and Play. I never get sick of playing the stuff. I mean, I always have fun when I'm doing that. It's just a different thing. But yeah, I mean, it would Come Out and Play would be on the radio, and I'd immediately switch over. I mean, anything, classic rock, anything, just to get away from it. I didn't feel that same way about Self-Esteem. I think it's basically songs.
I'm Tabitha Soren with an MTV News Brief. While the House of Representatives moved to limit the ability of people to file product liability suits, there was more good news for corporate lawyers on Wednesday. A Minnesota jury ruled against a public school secretary who had sued Apple and IBM, claiming prolonged use of their computer keyboards gave her repetitive stress injuries, a not uncommon workplace condition which has even struck some rock drummers. Compaq won a similar suit last year. IBM faces 362 more such suits across the country. That's the news for now. Catch more news throughout the day here on MTV.
Has this tour been particularly different, you know, with all the big success of Smash? Has this, you know, what has been different about this tour that you're on now? Besides the sizes of places, like, has it been different for you guys?
Well, the shows are a little different because they're bigger. It's not CBGBs anymore, you know. But it's still good. You know, get out and play in front of other people, and they're into it. The kids, they you know, they're kids. They mosh, they slam, they do all that crazy stuff.
Kind of like when you were kids?
No, actually not like when we were kids. I got sick here and puked once too.
Really? When you were playing, or when you were just checking out a show?
No, we were playing the show.
Really?
Yeah. So fond memories of this place.
CBGB. I know that expectations of bands changed, like the whole post-Nirvana thing. Like suddenly bands that would have never been accepted commercially had the opportunity to get big. And then Green Day came along and made that even more, you know, apparent for bands like you guys. Was that? Do you think it was Green? What?
Did we think about it? You mean?
Well, I mean, what did you think? Did you think, like Nirvana sort of opened this first new door, and then, you know, they were like massively accepted, and then the Green Day thing, and then you guys. That was even a little more unexpected, I think.
Yeah, it was. You know, Green Day. I mean, when that record came out, our record was already just about out. You know, it was already like ready to go. So it wasn't like we saw Green Day and thought, oh,
no,
wow, you
right.
know, punk is going to be big or something. But yeah, I was amazed when I saw that stuff starting to get played because, you know, like we said, for 10 years, it's always been something that you can't show your mom, you know.
Right.
And now all of a sudden it's like
your mom showing her friends.
And all of a sudden it's going to be in the Gap next month, you know, right?
Right. So. Does the word rock star have negative connotations for you guys?
Yes, it does.
It's like something, it's a big fear.
You know, if I were going to be a rock star, I would want to be Keith Richards. He does it so coolly, I think. But yeah, for the most part, I think, I don't know. I don't feel like a rock star. I hope I never do. I think all the crap that goes along with that. Plus, I'm not moody enough, am I? Am I moody? Abrasive, maybe.
You're a little moody. No,
I am?
I'm just kidding. You got an attitude. No, I'm just kidding. What has it been like going from, like, say, coming to New York last year and playing, you know, CBGBs to then coming to New York and playing Roseland, which holds like 3,000 people, and selling it out 3 nights in a row? Is that a weird transition to relate to the kids?
Yeah, it is. Some of the energy is not translated as well, you know, and the kids aren't on top of you. You know, the crowd's not right there. It's funner when you can have people right there on top of you. You know, we like people coming up on stage and you know, running across and jumping off and taking us with them.
Totally.
Yeah.
A little audience participation.
Yeah.
Live
As long as no one's getting hurt.
Yeah. Do you have much problems with people getting hurt at shows?
Yeah, occasionally, yeah. A lot of times, it's funny, you know, they put up barricades to try to keep people from getting hurt, and a lot of times the barricades are what are hurting people. Yeah. Some guy really racked his leg up the other day, and he came over the barricade, and he was fine, and then he landed wrong on something there, and that really, I mean, it was not good. His leg did not look well.
Today's English lesson, fresh new music. Hello, bus driver. Please tell me when we reach salvation. Waitress, do you serve meat dishes, or is everything zen? The beans are not fresh. I know. I know what you're doing. Uncle, may I borrow a quarter to play Live Forever on the jukebox? Barkeeper, I would like to share with you my sour times. 'Cause nobody loves me. These buzz clips speak my language.
When you guys are setting out to do a big tour and you're thinking about what types of bands you want to take on tour as support bands, is that totally your decision?
Yeah.
Do you try to take bands that, you know, what's the thought process? Do you try to take bands that are similar, bands that you want to help out? What do you usually do?
Usually bands that we know or are friends with. We try to take bands that we like. We've taken Rancid on tour. We've taken Guttermouth, some friends of ours from Huntington Beach, on tour, and but they're usually kind of similar. Yeah. We're out here now with Quicksand and No Use for a Name.
Quicksand's a nice New York band. Seen them here at CBGB's many times myself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Hell, who hasn't
Gorilla
been to
Biscuits, the old school.
CBGBs?
That's right. Do you ever try to put a band on before you that's going to like challenge your set, since you know you do the same thing every night? Do you ever try to make it a little harder on yourself that way? Give yourself a little something to.
We don't do the same thing every night.
Like, do you guys change your set each night? Or do you play the same set?
We improvise.
A lot of improvisation. Because I noticed you didn't have a set list on stage. I didn't know if
Last
it was
night
just...
when the PA blew out, that was all just...
We had a show last night and the PA went out and we had to do Sweet Home Alabama while we waited for the
Sorry, I missed
PA.
that. When you guys were recording Come Out and Play, keep them separated in the studio, did you know that it was going to be a huge hit?
Absolutely not. No way.
Put it on the record.
Yeah, it was one of the last things written. It kind of came together in the studio. I just cracked up when I heard the line and realized who it was doing it, Jason. So yeah, no, we had no idea what was going to happen with that.
Was it a pleasant surprise, or I mean, are you proud of the song when you hear it? Is it something that you like, or?
Yeah, as soon as I heard, first time I heard it on the radio, he called me up and said, dude, they're playing Come Out and Play, we got to call the radio station. And so we had our friends calling, my family calling for like the first 2 weeks. I kept calling the radio and requesting.
We thought it was a real request, but it wasn't.
and then we just kind of gave up on that. And then to hear it just keep being played over and over again was weird. I'm like, whoa, there's something wrong here. This isn't supposed to happen. And it was kind of weird, almost frightening.
Yeah. Are you fearful about like the next record? Like if it weren't to sell as much, would that be like?
You know what? Nah, because I mean, we've already done, way more than we thought we would. So I mean, in a way, it's kind of like we can kick back and just have a lot of fun with this next record.
Right. Is it true that you were actually still mopping the floors of that elementary school while your video was in Buzzbin?
Yeah, actually,
That was for Come Out and Play.
Come Out and Play was in Buzzbin, and
you were like mopping along.
Yeah, I'd be sweeping up outside. I was always the first one there, and there was this bus stop out in front for like high school kids, and out in front of the elementary school. And I'm sweeping one day, and these girls come up, and they're going, "Aren't you in a band?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and just sweeping up leaves, talking to these high school girls. Yeah, it's funny.
A lot of people have given you guys that rap, like, oh, I think they sound like Nirvana, or oh, I know Murphy's Law said that they stole one of our songs. Like, I thought maybe you could clear it up for me and, like, I don't know, maybe describe a little bit to me about what sort of the process is with writing songs for you.
All right, Murphy's Law has a song called Panty Raid, I guess.
Yeah. I'm familiar with it, by the way.
Okay.
Hum you bar.
Sounds nothing like Come Out and Play, right?
Except it has 4 similar notes or something.
Yeah. We're from the West Coast, and like East Coast bands, punk bands, just generally never really get known out there. Like you were talking about Gorilla Biscuits and Sick of It All and stuff. They're not really known out there. So I never even heard Murphy's Law. And last time we were in New York, we hear that like Murphy's Law wants to beat us up or something because we stole Come Out and Play from their Panty Raid song. And we're like, God, I never even heard these guys. We went out and found the CD and listened to it, and it's just like a joke.
Have a good laugh.
And they're not the only ones. There's been other people who've done it too. And
Hi, I'm Tabitha Soren with an MTV News Brief. Look for new tracks by Hole, Bjork, Ruka Salt, and Belly at the end of the month on the Courtney Love compiled soundtrack to Tank Girl. The movie, based on the cult British comic book, stars Laurie Petty as the anti-heroine of the title. Stone Temple pilot Weiland is also on the Tank Girl soundtrack, while Paul Westerberg and Joan Jett duet on Cole Porter's Let's Do It. That's the news for now. Catch more news around the clock here on MTV.
I know you guys participated in the Australian version of Lollapalooza, which is the big day out. You got a #1 record down in Australia. Did you ever even think you'd be going to Australia with the Offspring? You were first doing shows at like the Gilman Street?
no, not even. Yeah, we didn't.
Would you ever do Lollapalooza in the States?
I don't know. You know,
Is there something, have you been approached about it, or?
well, yeah,
Yeah.
we actually kind of have, but,
We're sort of kicking it around, but we
yeah.
don't know yet. It's a little big.
A little big?
Yeah.
Not quite the intimate,
Yeah.
That's right. We just want to play, we're going to play Lollapalooza if they have it at CBGB's, you know,
Yeah.
like 10 nights in a row and stuff.
Cool.
That would be cool.
So, okay, so if you don't do Lollapalooza, are you going to do another big tour of the U.S.?
We have another one planned for May, yeah. We're going to be touring. We'll be touring, yeah, until like June or so.
Yeah. Have you chosen support bands for that yet?
No, we haven't.
Nope.
So you're still accepting tapes?
That's right. Even if we did, we wouldn't tell you.
Oh, cool.
It's a secret.
It's good, because I like a little surprise.
That's right.
I have a whole newfound respect for you. I can't believe how blind you are.
I
It's like
know.
unbelievable. The blindest
bad.
man in rock.
I just wanted to make you look more like Kennedy.
Move away, Stevie Wonder.